the shots in the ring.
A moonsault from Fatu. The top of the tsunami to Reigns.
And Corey,
I told you, this is what happens when you mess with the real bloodline. You understand me, Roman? You ain't gonna do nothing about it. Who's the real champ?
The moment I'm not with the wise man is the moment you won't see the tribal chief anymore. I don't care how his character is presented. He's a good man. No, he's a great man. No, he's a mensch. And I get it. It's pretty easy to judge his book by a cover. But no matter how you judge it, you should take the time to read it, because you'll never experience a story quite like it.
The WWE Universe is an absolute shock following one of the most stunning and heart-wrenching developments in recent history. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the man who has carried WWE on his shoulders for over 3 years, has officially announced his retirement. This announcement comes in the aftermath of a brutal and calculated attack by the new bloodline faction born out of betrayal and ambition, and one that has left the entire wrestling world reeling. The centerpiece of this shocking betrayal? Solo Sikoa, who delivered the devastating blow that broke Roman's neck and shattered not only his body, but also the very foundation of the bloodline itself. The attack that forced Roman Reigns to step away from professional wrestling wasn't just physical, it was personal, it was symbolic, and it was downright savage. What began as a heated family dynamic over the future of the bloodline spiraled into an all-out mutiny. The seeds of dissent had been planted months earlier, but no one could have predicted the catastrophic endgame. Solo Sikoa, once the enforcer and most loyal soldier in Roman's empire, turned on his leader in a moment of unthinkable treachery. This wasn't just an attack, it was a statement. It was the new bloodline declaring that the old regime, led by Roman, was over. The brutal assault unfolded during what many expected to be a routine in-ring segment. Roman Reigns, flanked by Paul Heyman, entered the arena to address the future of the bloodline. The tribal chief exuded his usual air of confidence and dominance, speaking of unity and the strength of family. However, tension was palpable as Solo Sikoa stood silently behind him, his demeanor colder than ever. What happened next stunned everyone in attendance. As Roman turned to acknowledge Solo, the unthinkable occurred. Solo struck Roman with a thunderous Samoan spike, driving the wind out of the tribal chief and sending shockwaves through the arena. What followed was an orchestrated beatdown, one that left fans gasping and horrified. The new bloodline, now clearly operating under a different vision, unleashed their fury on Roman with precision and ruthlessness. Solo Sikoa delivered a series of punishing blows before executing a devastating Samoan drop onto the steel steps outside the ring. The final, horrifying moment came when Solo lifted Roman onto his shoulders and drove him neck first onto the unforgiving ring apron, a move so brutal that medics rushed to the scene within seconds. The damage was done. Roman Reigns lay motionless, the tribal chief dethroned in the most violent and shocking way imaginable. As Roman was stretchered out of the arena, the WWE Universe was left in stunned silence. The betrayal felt like a dagger to the heart, not just for Roman, but for the fans who had supported the Bloodline saga from its inception. This was more than a storyline, this was the collapse of an empire, and it came at the hands of those Roman trusted the most. Solo Sikoa, once seen as the loyal enforcer, now stands as the man who brought down the tribal chief. Roman Reigns' retirement announcement came days later, and it was every bit as emotional and monumental as one would expect. Sitting in a dimly lit room, his neck in a brace, Roman addressed the WWE Universe directly. His voice was heavy with emotion, and his words carried the weight of a man who had given everything to this industry. "This isn't how I imagined my story ending," Roman began, his eyes betraying the pain and frustration he felt. "But sometimes life doesn't give you a choice. The doctors have told me that I can't continue. My body can't take it anymore, and as much as it hurts me to say this, I have to retire from in-ring competition." Social media platforms were flooded with tributes, memes, and heartfelt messages from fans around the world. Roman's announcement wasn't just about his retirement, it was a moment of reflection on an era that he defined. His dominance as the tribal chief, his historic title reign, and his unforgettable feuds with the likes of Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes were all celebrated. Roman Reigns had become more than a wrestler. He was a symbol of excellence, resilience, and family. Roman's retirement speech didn't shy away from the betrayal that led to this moment. "Solo! You were my brother," Roman said, his voice breaking. "I trusted you. I believed in you. And you did this to me. But I hope one day you realize that power without loyalty is nothing. You may have broken my body, but you will never break the legacy of the bloodline." These words struck a chord with fans, as they encapsulated the emotional devastation of the betrayal, while reaffirming Roman's undying belief in the principles he had built his career on. Backstage, the response to Roman's retirement was equally emotional. We superstars and management alike were reportedly devastated by the news. Triple H, who has been a key figure in guiding Roman's career over the years, spoke candidly about the loss. "Roman Reigns is one of the greatest of all time," Triple H said in a heartfelt statement. "His impact on this business is immeasurable, and his presence will be deeply missed. But I know Roman, this isn't the end for him. He's a fighter, and whether it's inside the ring or outside, he'll continue to inspire people." Seth Rollins, Roman's longtime friend and rival, posted an emotional tribute on social media. "We started this journey together, and it hurts to see it end like this. But Roman, you've always been a warrior, and I know this isn't goodbye." John Cena, another legend of the business, called Roman a generational talent who redefined what it means to be a WWE superstar. Heyman, who had been by Roman's side throughout his reign as the tribal chief, issued a rare statement that highlighted his admiration for his former client. "Roman Reigns is the greatest champion of our generation," Heyman said. "His contributions to this business will be remembered forever. And while I'm heartbroken by his retirement, I am even more devastated by the manner in which it happened. Betrayal is a bitter pill to swallow. However, their message is clear. The era of Roman Reigns is over, and they are here to usher in a new chapter for the bloodline. Whether this new faction can live up to the legacy of Roman's bloodline remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the WWE Universe will never forget the reign of the tribal chief or the betrayal that brought it to an end. Roman Reigns' retirement marks the end of an era, but his legacy will live on forever. From his dominance as the tribal chief to the betrayal that shook the wrestling world, this chapter in WWE history is one that fans will remember for generations. Roman may be stepping away from the ring, but his impact on WWE will echo for years to come. As he said in his farewell address, "This isn't goodbye, it's just the end of one story and the beginning of another." The fallout from Roman Reigns' shocking retirement has ignited an intense wave of emotion across the WWE universe. Fans worldwide have taken to social media to express their outrage, heartbreak, and unwavering support for the man who redefined what it meant to be a WWE superstar. At the center of the storm, it's Solo Sikoa and the new bloodline, whose actions have drawn both condemnation and praise, creating one of the most polarizing moments in wrestling history. Online platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit have exploded with reactions to the betrayal. The hashtag #ThankYouRoman has trended globally as fans pay tribute to the tribal chief's legendary career. Messages of support have poured in from all corners of the wrestling world, with fans posting heartfelt tributes and sharing their favorite memories of Roman's matches, promos, and championship reigns. One fan tweeted, "Roman Reigns gave us the greatest era in WWE history. This betrayal cuts deep, but his legacy will never be tarnished." #ThankYouRoman. Another post read, "Solo Sikoa just committed the ultimate betrayal. How do you destroy the man who built you? Roman Reigns deserved better." A vocal minority of fans applauded Solo Sikoa for taking bold action, declaring that the new bloodline represents a much-needed change in WWE. Solo Sikoa has stepped out of Roman's shadow and into his own destiny. One user wrote, "This is the evolution of the bloodline. and I'm here for it. Fan-made videos compiling his most iconic moments have flooded YouTube, with titles like *The Reign of the Tribal Chief, a tribute to Roman Reigns, *artwork depicting Roman as a warrior king, and heartfelt messages from fans thanking him for his contributions to WWE are being shared widely. We itself released a commemorative video highlighting his journey from a rookie member of the Shield to the commanding tribal chief who dominated for years. Even fellow superstars have joined in honoring Roman. Seth Rollins, a former Shield brother, posted a heartfelt message on Instagram. "From the moment we walked into this business together, I knew you were destined for greatness. You've carried this industry on your shoulders, and no betrayal can take away what you've accomplished. Thank you, brother." Becky Lynch also shared her admiration, tweeting, "Roman Reigns isn't just a tribal chief. He's the heart of this industry. #ThankYouRoman." This faction, now led by Solo Sikoa, has quickly positioned itself as a ruthless and unrelenting force. Unlike Roman's bloodline, which was built on loyalty, strategy, and calculated dominance, the new bloodline thrives on chaos and brute force. Solo Sikoa's rise to leadership marks a stark departure from Roman's reign, where Roman carried himself as a composed and commanding tribal chief. Solo's style is aggressive, unpredictable, and unapologetic. The new bloodline's mission appears to be not just about taking control, but about dismantling everything Roman stood for. Joining Solo in the new bloodline are two promising yet controversial figures introduced as distant relatives of the Anoa'i dynasty. The first, Malachi Anoa'i, is a brash, charismatic newcomer who has already proven himself a dangerous competitor. Known for his sharp tongue and unfiltered confidence, Malachi represents the rebellious energy of the new bloodline. The second member, Tia Anoa'i, is a powerhouse whose devastating in-ring style rivals even that of Solo himself. Tia's inclusion marks a groundbreaking shift in the faction as the first woman to join the bloodline in any capacity. The new group operates without the discipline and structure Roman demanded. Instead, they thrive on unpredictability, attacking both superstars and management to assert their dominance. Their mantra, repeated by Solo in a recent promo, is simple yet chilling: "The bloodline is ours now, and we'll destroy anyone who says otherwise." This is the Bloodline 2.0, one fan tweeted. "They're dangerous, they're raw, and they're exactly what WWE needs right now." Still, the faction's betrayal of Roman Reigns has left many questioning whether they can ever live up to the legacy they destroyed. As the WWE Universe continues to process the fallout, the question remains, what will the new Bloodline's reign bring? For now, the betrayal of Roman Reigns, the emotional tributes from fans and superstars, and the rise of this new faction have created an unforgettable chapter in WWE history. Fans may be divided, but one thing is clear: Roman's departure has left a void that will be felt for years to come. Whether the new bloodline can fill that void or become another faction lost in time is a story that will unfold in the weeks and months ahead.